pretty is not just about what's on your face.
No.
Because I know some pretty ugly people.
Come on.
Okay? Ugly people.
Come on.
Beautiful, but ugly. Ugly spirits. Ugly souls. Ugly behavior. Right? Pretty is internal.
It is.
Right? And when it's internal, it doesn't matter what you look like.
Yeah.
It's a thing that you exude. It comes out of you.
Come on.
Welcome to Out in the Open with Dr. Jaw, the podcast where real talk meets real healing. Hosted by Dr. Margot Lewis-Jaw. This show dives deep into the raw, honest, and sometimes uncomfortable conversations that we need to have, with mental health at the heart of every episode. Nothing is off limits as we bring the tough topics out in the open. So sit back, get ready, and let's get real together.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to the Jaw Experience. I am Dr. Margot Lewis-Jaw, and you are here on Out in the Open. Today, I have an amazing guest, Miss Alexis Anthony, and she has a brand that is going to blow you all away. I'm going to let her introduce herself, and we're going to talk about her brand and see what we come up, especially for the chocolate girls. You know, she's doing something out here for us. So we are going to be blowing your mind with her book, her products, her mission. Let's jump into it. So, Miss Alexis, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad that you were able to make it. So I'm going to let you start off by telling the audience a little bit about yourself. Right? I've already introduced her. And as I said, we're going to be talking about chocolate girls. You
Yes,
see the beauty?
right.
We're up in here slaying with the chocolateness, okay? The Milky Way is here.
Come on.
All right. And so I'm going to let you tell us a little bit. Jump off and tell me a little bit about your brand.
Yes, well, as you guys know, my name is Alexis Anthony. I am the author of You're Pretty for a Chocolate Girl. I am also a nonprofit owner of Pretty Girls Love Kingdom Building. Also, I am also a recording artist as well.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yes, I am a gospel recording artist.
Oh,
Yes,
well,
so
come
that's
on through. Okay, chocolate girls singing.
Yeah, so that's actually my background. That's where I started. Singing has always been a part of my life since I was a young child, growing up in church. And yes, faith. So that's why faith is very strong within my, not only my book, but also just my business and my life completely.
So I'm going to jump into a few questions that I have for you. My first question is, what inspired you to create Pretty Girls Love Kingdom Building? And tell me where that came from, not just for you, but how it plays into your spiritual process.
Absolutely. That's a great question. So Pretty Girls Love Kingdom Building was inspired by a season in my life that was pretty trying. Okay. As far as mentally, emotionally, and I had nothing but my faith to fall on. So I found myself in a position where I had a little bit of, I guess, survivor's remorse. Where I had so much support in this season where someone else may haven't had, didn't have that support. Right. So, I could have been homeless. I could have been, lost my mind or something like that. However, having my faith, having my family really, and having that foundation, I was able to push through and I was able to make it through. So I felt that it was my duty to help others. Okay. So in that, I created the nonprofit called Pretty Girls Love Kingdom Building. And what we do, our mission is to put God's kingdom first in everything that we do. Absolutely. And that's whether we're feeding the homeless, whether we're putting together group therapy sessions for women, giving out free clothing. Absolutely. It's to the community. It's just the work. Absolutely. So, that's what inspired it. Okay, very good. Tell me a little bit about, you said it was a traumatic event that kind of led you to this space.
Tell me a little bit about what you may have experienced when you started reaching out to other women. Tell me how that was for you.
Reaching out to other women.
So like when you first announced that I want other pretty girls to help build this kingdom, and this to be our mission. When you started reaching out and having to tell people about what it was, tell me what that felt like, or how the response was from the other women.
Yeah. So it would start, for me, it starts with, I guess, having the support from the people around you. And when I was there telling, everyone around me, this is what I want to do. This is what I believe God called me to do.
Yes.
It looked crazy. It seemed crazy because you have someone that is not in a position to help.
Absolutely.
Or not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
Financially up here where I need to be helping and handing out, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So it kind of looked crazy in the beginning.
Only to them, though. To them. Because when God births a vision for you, it's nothing that you can do. When that vision is within you, you will fight. You wake up, you're hungry for it. Yeah. And so perhaps, I understand, it looks impossible to other people, but when you know God has given it to you, it's nothing that's impossible.
And it doesn't have to make sense.
And it won't make sense to other people. I know that's right. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But you know that's what God called you to do, and you got to keep pushing past it, and you can't focus on what it looks like or the impossibilities. You have to look forward and just continue to move, even in the uncertainty and
absolutely,
not knowing.
Absolutely. Who was the first person that believed in it when you did start to tell people? Yeah. I want to build this kingdom. I want to build this brand for women, but also just for us to inspire each other. Who was the first person that believed in you?
So I would say the first person would be my husband.
Okay.
He believed. So he was one of the first people that,
He better be a pretty girl fan.
that I actually told. And then following that would be my mother. So although she was like, okay, you sure? But she's a strong woman in faith as well. Okay. So she got out of the natural and went into the spiritual. Absolutely. And just was like, I got you.
Absolutely. Okay. Very good. Tell me a little bit about what was the first product or the first thing you did in terms of branding yourself? What did you come up with for the pretty girls? Tell me.
That's a great question. So my first, it was my book.
Okay.
First.
Okay. Tell us about the book. Let's jump into the book. Let's start with let's pivot and go to the book for the audience.
So You're Pretty for a Chocolate Girl is,
which I love that name. I have to tell you, right? And let me just let me segue for a moment here. This has been a historical fight, right? Right. And so everyone knows that this predates us all in this time, and it goes back to slavery and our ancestors. It has always been a struggle where in this country, and I'm sure that it happens in other countries as well, right? Where colorism has been such a big part of our cultural divide. Yes. Right? And this idea that was ingrained in us so long ago, intraculturally separating us, saying that depending on the color of your skin, you were not good enough or you were good enough just for, right? And so the idea of you doing You're Pretty for a Chocolate Girl, I love it. Yeah. I love it, right? Because we still have that colorism today. And if it's not with just the hue of our skin, it's with our hair. Come on. Right? And they still break us down. There's still this attempt, this social message. Sometimes it's conscious, sometimes it's subconscious, to reduce us, right? And make us believe that it's just about our skin color, our hair texture. And this is so important, especially for the young girls, right? And not just, and this is so for the old ones too, that still haven't got the message. I'm gonna call it the seasoned ones, right? Who still have not got the message. But it is particularly important for our young women that are coming up on how they see themselves. Because so often, if they don't feel like they're attractive enough, or if that colorism has separated them, then what you see are young girls doing is using their body to portray I'm beautiful.
Yep.
So when you wrote you're pretty for a chocolate girl, I want to understand what inspired you behind that. Because when I see the title, it's just so powerful, right? And the idea of that in itself is affirmation.
Yep.
Right? That's an affirmation title that says, you are pretty, but that's what they have said to us for years for a chocolate girl, right? Now, if you old enough, then your daddy or your mama would have said the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? And so we always knew we were in, right? So us chocolate girls always knew we were here for the duration. But for those who don't, tell me about the book.
Yeah, so it's my personal journey of colorism in the Black community.
Oh, okay.
And it's so often I experience, that back-ended compliment. If you will,
they thought it was a compliment. Exactly, that part. They thought it was a compliment. Absolutely.
And people don't know how much of a toll that takes on a woman's self-worth, her identity.
Absolutely.
So
and not even a woman, a young girl. Because they were saying this as a young girl, then you have to develop into a woman.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And it was my duty. I found it to be my duty to challenge that.
Yes.
And to pour positivity back into our young girls.
Yes.
And encourage healing.
Yes.
Because, we deal with it as a young child, but then you kind of continue to deal with it as an adult as well.
Of course.
That trauma is still there. It's still a day-to-day thing you have to overcome.
Absolutely. And you don't change that until you actually put yourself somewhere on a couch or get someone to help you straighten that out.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that those messages that you're given early on, how they translate into messages for adults.
Yeah.
Right? What's one of the things that you think emotionally or mentally, when you came into adulthood, what's the thing that as a chocolate girl you had to challenge yourself to really break, right? What was that message? Tell me what that looked like.
I talk about it in my book a little bit. I would say the hardest thing to break was just the nonchalantness that you have to have as a child, and then also just allowing your feelings to take place, and just giving them credit, giving your feelings credit, because as a child in survival mode where people are constantly teasing you, you start to tell yourself to keep going, where I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me. Those feelings, growing up, that's what I found myself doing.
Yeah,
I was
almost
very
dismissing
nonchalant,
them.
dismissing.
Yeah, almost dismissing them.
Yeah.
And so then as you go into adulthood, you have to be able to say, no, I can't keep dismissing that. And sometimes, depending on how your life has rolled out, it won't allow you to dismiss it. Right?
That's when you're married.
That's it. Hello. That part. that part. And if you get lucky enough to get to the marriage, because you have all of that stuff that keeps tearing you apart.
Yeah.
Right? And so then you have to find someone to marry and hope that you can get it cleared up before that. And then if in it, they don't push it down or make it worse, but they're able to enhance you.
And I think that's where my faith comes in.
Okay.
So I think that's what sets me apart from the ones that get stuck and stay stuck and can't come out. It's my faith.
Absolutely.
I had something to believe in, something that continued to pour.
Lean into it. Lean
Yeah.
into it. Yeah, you got to lean into it. Wonderful. So that was a wonderful example or explanation of your book. And I love how you share that your husband was the one who kind of stepped in and almost believed in you and helped change that narrative for you. Tell me a little bit more about your book in terms of colorism, because yes, while it's for chocolate girls, tell me how you see it impacting all women with a different hue of chocolate skin.
Definitely, Dr. Cha. So this book not only impacts, chocolate girls. It's not only for us, but it's for all Black women.
Yes.
It is not just my issue was colorism.
Yes.
However, someone else's may have been someone told them they were too tall, too skinny, too fat, too short, too much attitude,
too light.
Yeah, too light.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
because the light skinned girls weren't dark enough.
Yeah.
Right? And so they got that also.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
They would be termed high yellow. They would be called names like us too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
From darky to chocolate to all kind of things. They would be called names as well.
Yeah. So it's definitely something that we all have to just get our knowledge and overcome. Because colorism is not, like you said, is not something that we just had to deal with, but it was separation within our whole ethnic group.
Absolutely.
So if you think about the Willie Lynch letter, it kind of explains, pretty much what white Americans have done.
Yeah.
So it's, if you don't know the Willie Lynch letter, it is a speech from a British slave owner. And he pretty much he's coaching Americans on how to enslave Black people and to control us.
Absolutely.
And the main way was to divide us.
Absolutely.
So it would all makes sense now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It started with way back when in slavery, where they would have lighter skinned slaves
in the house,
and then you have darker skinned slaves in the field working tirelessly. So of course darker skinned slaves are looking at the light, why y'all in there? But then the light are also like, why y'all treating us like that? We didn't ask to be. So it's a division within our community.
Yeah, and it continues.
Yeah.
Let me turn and pivot, right? So you emphasize Matthew 6:33 in your brand. Tell me how you see the spiritual alignment there and the impact on the women that you're reaching out to.
Yeah. So Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. And I believe that if you put God first, everything will come. Everything you're asking for, everything you're searching for, it's going to come unto you. So that, I believe, is what I see inspiring the people, the women that that I talk to, or even from, I do a thrift for free event, pop-up shop.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Hold on now, because we don't want to miss any of the juicy information you're giving. Yeah. tell me what the thrift for free looks like.
Yeah, so I saw a need, and social media has made thrifting very popular.
Yes.
And I have found that Goodwill and certain thrift stores, they have raised their prices.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, what does that mean for the people that are actually in need, that need to shop there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I decided to use my influence as a gospel artist, because that's mostly what I'm known for singing in churches all over Delaware. And I have, so much support from people just like, I'm cleaning out my closet. And I have all of these clothes that still have tags on it. And I make it my business to collect those clothes. Me and my husband just had an argument the other day because I have so much stuff just piled up. But I do believe it's my calling. So what I do is I'll set up shop, whether it's just in the community, somewhere in the community. We were recently at Community Care's Christmas event where we serviced over 1,000 people.
Oh, wow.
And we had free shoes, free clothes, brand new coats.
Very nice.
What I saw was people seeing the Christ in me, believing that there's still people out here that want to do
because he said you will know them by their works. Yes, honey. Absolutely.
So I think me just walking and putting God first in the kingdom, that will allow other women to do that as well.
Absolutely. How frequently are you having these pop-up shops?
So I would love to have them way more. So right now my goal is to have it once a month.
Okay.
And then I will start posting on my social media where you can find me and where I'll be popping up. Right now we are going to be at a back to school event. I don't have all the information yet, but it will be on my social media.
Okay.
And we'll be setting up shop where we're giving away shoes, clothes.
Excellent.
And that's for women, children, boy, girl, everyone.
Excellent. I love it. I love it. You just keep blessing everybody. Very well. So let me ask you another question. What are some of the challenges that you find when you're trying to connect with women or to get the message out about how important it is to have this relationship with God, right? Because especially the young women, they have a lot. It's a lot for a disciple to fight with, and it's no different, right? I'm not comparing us to Jesus and the disciples, but the work and the task of the kingdom building is work, right? What are the challenges that you're seeing when you're stepping out into the community, or maybe what's the resistance that you're getting? Tell me what that looks like for you.
I think first we have to understand that we may be dealing with someone that's broken. Someone that's been hurt.
Because that's the first thing that came to my mind.
That the trust has been broken. So really all you can do is continue to do the work and continue to show and be the light. Be the light. And then you will start seeing that person that may have shooed you off the other day. They'll start coming like, okay, I see you doing this. You're real. They want to see if you're real or if you're just doing it. If you have the cameras in their face and you know what I mean?
Absolutely. So you're talking about that. This is what I call godly authentication, right? And so when you're doing it and the work is about him, right? And this is something that I know about, right? In my work, people have always asked, well, Dr. Ja, how do you manage everybody else's problems? I said, not me, but God, right? So this is my godly mission. This is my godly talent that I do in servicing and helping others. As you said, it's a mindset, right? And so when you're out and you're doing the work, you're not doing the work, and the resistance is not just about the person. The resistance is about the history that the person has, the mindset that the person has. It's about their lived experiences, right? And so that work can feel laboring, but when you're doing it and God has a calling on your life, it feels like the thing you love to do. Right? And so I can never imagine myself doing anything else but helping uplift and change people's life. And for other people it does seem very taxing and tiring to hear other people, but not for me. And this is how I know it's my godly purpose. And so is that how you
That's definitely how I feel. Also, I honestly even outside of the spiritual aspect, I used to work in a call center as a collection.
So
listen.
You were calling people and saying, now listen.
Hi.
May you have a blessed day. Yes.
And you just still have to say, have a blessed day. And then you'll notice that call changed from that person that was cursing you out. They're like, thank you so much for helping me.
Absolutely. It's the small things. It's the little tiny things that show. It's the small work, right? That it's the small little insertions that you leave, the little droplets. And I always think about that, like your faith, the size of a mustard seed. Sometimes your work, if you just drop it there, you will see them come, like you said, and then they just keep coming back. It's like a little trail, right? That you keep dropping it, and you will see people continue to come, because people really do want to be whole and healed. They do. It's sad, but it's always been this way, that they don't really, when someone doesn't understand how to get that healing, right? Tell me, when you are connecting with other people, right, who are, let's talk about the gospel process, your gospel music, right? When you are out and you're at church or you're at an event and you're singing and you have to connect with other people. Tell me how you're doing it that leads them to a place that they can understand where that healing is going to start at.
I would say, for me, it starts with me, making sure I'm right in here.
Yes.
Because you're going to have people in the audience where you're like, you're giving your all and you're singing your all, and they're still going to sit there.
Yes.
Until you close, it's about you and your walk with God. You got to close your eyes. You got to minister. You got to do and say what He told you to say, and something shifts.
Yeah,
I think it's just God. Honestly, I can't say it's anything that
it absolutely is
that I do myself. All I just know is that I gotta make sure I'm right with God. I gotta continue to do what He has called me to do, and He
it's
he
like
does the rest.
You're a used vessel. Yeah, you're just the tool to deliver it.
That's it. That's all I could do.
Yeah, very good. Let's talk about your music career. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, so I've been singing since I was 6 years old.
Okay.
My mother is a minister of music.
Okay.
And she has been playing the piano since she was 12 years old.
Wow.
So just generations of just my entire family, we all sing, we all play an instrument or some sort.
Very nice.
And once I got married, my husband, he's actually a producer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sense.
He's a producer, a piano player, a minister of music at his church as well. And he actually introduced me to the studio.
Okay.
Where I started recording my own music. I have a single out called Love.
Okay.
By Lexi, and that is L3XII.
Okay.
And you can find that on all platforms.
Okay.
And that is my first single, and I have many, many more to come. So. Okay.
Tell me about Love. How did you get to there?
So Love is a love song to the Lord.
Okay.
It was a trying time for me within my love life, and I found out that the unconditional love was through God.
You better speak about it. Absolutely. Might I ask you to give us a line out of Love? Because I would love for them to hear what they're going to get into.
So the hook is pretty much, I'm in love with you.
Yes.
Your love, it completes me.
Yes.
I'll never leave it. And it's unconditional.
Yes.
I'm never alone. And with you, I feel whole again.
Yes. You better sing.
Yes.
You better Love, honey. You better go ahead and sing that. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That was beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. And when you're singing for the Lord, it just comes from
conviction.
It's down in there, and you know it. You can feel it, because I can feel it over here in my spirit. Jesus, I felt it in my spirit to my toes. Yeah. Absolutely. Tell me what's next for you.
What is next for me? I am going to continue to do God's work. I have a mixtape that's going to be released very soon. I have a few singles that are on its way to be released. I'm actually also working on a new book. I don't want to say too much, but
very nice. Tell me about what your new book is going to be about. Come on, you don't gotta drop the title. You don't gotta drop the title. Just tell them. Just give a little teaser as to what's coming.
This book is more about, let's just say, the motherhood, and just
motherhood of
being a woman of a woman.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Anything that you would like to leave the audience with?
I would like for you guys to know, chocolate women, Black women across the world, you are beautiful.
Yes.
You are strong. You are resilient. You're smart. You can do it. You can make it. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep trying. Put God first in everything that you do.
Yes.
And He'll finish the rest.
Absolutely. That was that's what we call an affirmation, right? Being able to affirm yourself. let me ask you a quick question. Hold on, everybody. I'm not done just yet. I want to circle back to something. What's the affirmation that you use for yourself?
I tell myself, if you haven't noticed already, I constantly tell myself, you are pretty.
Yeah.
And some people think that can come off, maybe, what is that? Overly confident, but you have to realize that, I grew up in a world or a society that wanted me to believe that I wasn't that.
Absolutely.
So if you notice that the word pretty is in all of my businesses, whether it's my book, You're Pretty for a Chocolate Girl, or my nonprofit, Pretty Girls Love Kingdom Building, that's an affirmation for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, I want to say this, right, from my work, in terms of mental health. Pretty is not just about what's on your face.
No.
Because I know some pretty ugly people.
Come on.
Okay? Ugly people.
Come on.
Beautiful, but ugly. Ugly spirits. Ugly souls. Ugly behavior, right? Pretty is internal.
It is.
Right? And when it's internal, it doesn't matter what you look like.
Yeah.
It's a thing that you exude. It comes out of you.
Come on.
It's in the way you talk, the way you treat other people, the way you walk, the way you behave. And so when I hear you speaking of pretty, it's not just about an affirmation. And this is important for us as women, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about an affirmation about how you look here.
No.
Right? That's not it. This is an affirmation about who you are here, and how you live your life, how you allow it to manifest and show up in your life. Because how it shows up in your life is directly correlated to how it will show up into the lives of people you love and others that you serve. And so I want them to understand that pretty girls just don't just build kingdoms. Pretty girls can build anything. But you're right. If you don't start with yourself first, you can't give somebody something that you don't have.
No.
And if you don't tell yourself you're pretty, nobody else may. So it's not a message of conceit.
No.
It's not being bougie, stuck up. That's a message of affirmation about who you are. And that thing is deep, right? And that's what should keep your head held high, right? But if you don't tell it to yourself, and if you don't believe it, then nobody else will. And so I say to you, if you don't believe it, find someone, right? We're going to first start with God. Yeah. But then find someone else, a therapist, a platform that will help you get that. Yeah. Right? Because everything that we do starts and ends with us. We are accountable for everything. Yeah. Right? And so if we can't start with ourselves, we can't ask somebody else to follow us, and nor should we be leading anybody if we're not living and doing the right thing ourselves. Yeah. And so I am so glad to have shared this platform with you today.
Thank you so
this
much.
Is a powerful message. It's a beautiful message. And any last thing you want to say to the audience now?
No, I think I'm okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I love what you're doing.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I want to give a shout out to your husband.
Yes.
Right? Because whether you are married, whether you are dating someone, make sure that the person that is riding with you is as prepared, is locked and loaded, is breathing the same thing you're breathing in. Because if you're trying to align yourself to do some work for the kingdom, if you're trying to align yourself to be with God, and you're not with someone in that same alignment, there will be a pull on your work, on your ministry, on your soul, and on your spirit, right? Yeah. And so equally yoked is important, okay? And so if you are with someone and you two are not yoked in the same way, it may be a consideration that you need to either find help, or you need to unyoke yourself and find someone that is going to enhance you. Because when you spoke about him, and I just want to say this because it's important, right? Not just for the pretty girl, but you gotta have a system with you. You gotta have a support. And if it's not coming out of a romantic relationship, then if it comes from your mother, your family, we have to have a system, right? Because here's the thing. If you're the smartest person in the room, then you're not in the room with the right people.
Come on.
Right? Because who else is going to pour into you while you're pouring everything out? Okay? And so for you to share that your husband and your mom and this village has come behind you, that is an important message, because it doesn't just have to come from family, right? And this is what this is about, right? This is what Out in the Open with Dr. Jah is about. It's about platform, not platform building. It's about the connections that make this be a platform, right? Because this is a village. This is how we do things. This is our duty to uplift each other, right? My mama used to say, if you can't help somebody, then you shouldn't be hurting somebody. Right? So your goal is to leave someone in a better position than they were. Right? What are you bringing to the table and adding to this? And this is what, when we go to God, that's all we get is nothing but poured into, right? The things added upon us. And so it's about what we know, what we do with it, and who's in our circle to know what to do with it. And so again, I just want to thank you for being here. Alexis, I want you to run down your tags and your social medias so people know where to find you, and they can find your book. They can find your music, what's happening with the Thrift for Free, and any other initiatives that you're doing to inspire and to help and give back to the community. Tell us.
Absolutely. So my social media, Instagram would be I am Lexi, and that is with 2 X's and 4 I's. And Facebook would be Alexis Anthony. I also have an Instagram page for my nonprofit called Pretty Girls Love KB. And you can find out everything on there. My music, links to where you can donate, and where you can find me. Everything is on there. So yes, I am Lexi, 2 X's and 4 I's.
Okay, very good. And please don't forget the call to action. She is giving these clothes away to people who it's much needed. If you cannot use something, if you have children's clothing, women's, men's clothing, she's taking shoes, all gently used items. Please reach out to her on her social media. So she said that she has a system that they will come and pick the clothing up, because what you can't use, you can be a blessing and allow someone else to use. So again, Alexis, I thank you for being here. Thank you for blessing us with that beautiful voice of yours. We are so happy to have had you here on the platform, and we wish you nothing but wellness. Everyone, thank you again for joining in. Please be blessed.